Mr. Shoaib, I want to come in here because, you know, one of the allegations, one of the statements he's made is something that I think a lot of Nigerians have made over time, which is that they see the security agents, particularly those attached to politicians, actively carrying out, transferring some of these cash loads into the hands of voters. With all of your investigations, you have not seen a single incident in which a security agent was involved in this process?
I have not. And I want to say it categorically because I have been to all these elections I'm talking about. I was even involved in apprehending one of the culprits. So far, so good. With all our investigations, what we have seen are politicians, and what they do is to come down with money in their boots. They might be government officials anyway, but they have money in their boots, and what they do, just like I told you, is that they will strategically position themselves in such a way that they can see your vote, and once you go, they give you a certain amount of money. It's what, in fact, they shout it openly, or pay as you vote or something like that. So that was the basis of our concern.
But we also know that in every polling station, there are supposed to be security men there. So how come it is that these people don't do anything about this?
The lines are always long, and this is a game they are playing. You will say that even if you are not smart, you might not even observe that this is going on. You have to be very, very smart. They know how to dodge these security apparatus, even they know how to dodge INEC officials. But in any instance where we have seen them, we have discouraged and we have used the security apparatus to even dispel some of them. In Benin, I think we drove away about 8 different vehicles because that was the first time we see it clearly that this is going on. In fact, we drove away, we used security to drive away suspected
How feasible do you think this will be, considering the fact that security people are not, armed personnel are not allowed anywhere close to the polling unit? Yes.
The armed ones are not allowed there.
Yes.
So all we have to do is just get some of this, we get hold of their bosses, we tell their bosses, and they usually dispatch these people on perimeter parade to come and carry out that issue. Mostly, the police at the polling booths, what they do is to maintain law and order, to make sure that there is it's not rowdy, people do not resort to any form of violence, anybody who's not wanted is removed from the line. So they concentrate more on the line and the polls, whereas most of these people, they distance themselves from the poll, they strategically place themselves, just like I said, in such a way that they can see, they know the distance, they know at a distance they can even see who you have voted for. But they are not in the full view of security apparatus. But what you can do, and what we did in Benin, as we said, was to deter them by making sure that we remove vehicles from without a vehicle, it's impossible. That's the first thing we discovered. This money they don't carry in bags, they don't carry in their pockets.
You know, Mr. Shoaib, the thing that's pretty troubling about all of this is that, you know, we understand that INEC has gone into talks with the EFCC to handle this issue. Not just police, not just the SSS, but the EFCC. Now, if that's the case, you've already said that, you know, politicians have brought cash loads in these various states. You mentioned Ondo, you've mentioned Edo, for example. Now, we know that these states were actually won and governed by the APC, I think, with the exception of Ondo. And why have we not seen a link back from the cash that was found in those communities, in those polling areas, and then the officials that brought the money? We've not seen any prosecutions. We've not seen any links to any ruling government, any party. Why is that?
That's the main concern we even voiced out yesterday. We noticed that yesterday, that we came out very loud to say that, in fact, in spite of the fact that some arrests were made, we ourselves have not heard anything about the arrests. One thing you should know is that we don't have the power to arrest. We need the police to arrest and prosecute. They are the appropriate body or the appropriate organ that will do this. The arrested people, especially in Anambra, which we are sure of. But even the outcome, we ourselves are not aware. And we raised this concern with the IGP very loudly yesterday that, in spite of the fact that arrests were made, We have not heard anything about this.
But doesn't that speak to the complicity we're talking about? Because, you know, just earlier on you were saying that, look, security agents aren't the ones really involved, that it's political officials. But now, obviously, you've raised these questions directly to the IG. In fact, on a separate matter, on the gun running issue with Senator Malaya involved, allegedly, that, you know, look, these people were essentially just kind of left to walk out of a jail. So there are these issues of political linkages and kind of the absence of justice. Now, what can be done to address that ultimately?
Well, we voiced our concern to the IG, and yesterday he even promised to reopen, openly promised to reopen some of these things, because it was a major point of concern to us too. We could not, some of the arrests were even pointed out by our officials, not even by security agents. They were arrested by security agents, but that was the end of the story. We don't want this to continue, or else it's not going to deter, it's not going to allay the fears of Nigerians that money will not play a role. I think on this we are on the same page. The answers will be answered by the security apparatus that, okay, these people that were caught, what happened, what became of them.
Before we go to Mr. INEC, I just want to ask you very quickly, do you think that this lack of justice on these issues, particularly in the proven cases where you saw it in Ondo and in Edo, have to do with the fact that the beneficiaries of those infractions were indeed the members of the ruling All Progressives Congress?
Well, as far as the Commission is concerned, there's nothing like a ruling party to us. We just have contesting parties. As a matter of fact, we are not even sure, the ones we made in Anambra, we are not even sure which party was getting from it. The most important thing was that we saw this man with a large amount of money. We handed him over to the security apparatus. And just like we said yesterday, we haven't had anything. But the IGP, I'm not speaking for them, he did promise there and then that, in fact, we should try to republish him with the facts and that something positive will be done. Because according to him, there was no limit to the time of litigation for such offenses. That's them. But just like you are concerned, just like every Nigerian is concerned, we are the front burner of concern for this. We don't want anything that will spoil or that will mar our elections. We are determined that only votes and the will of the people must determine the outcome of elections.